our beloved Atelier series. I am concerned about this one. I miss the original gacha Atelier Resleriana a lot. It was a really cool game. I enjoyed the gameplay and I enjoyed the characters. You know, I can't remember their names, but the girl that reminded me of obviously I have Resna and Valeria, and even Resna seems to be replaced with Rias. It's not Resna anymore. She looks different and she has a different name. Whether she's supposed to be a similar character, I don't know, but I really like Resna a lot. And Valeria was cool too, and all that. What was it called? For some reason, homunculus, that's it. The idea of homunculus. Seeing what her story would lead would be interesting. Cut short. And also, of course, you know, Resna's friend, the black-haired girl that reminds me of Carol the Catty Sorceress from original Shadowverse and Princess Connect. You know, I miss that character. I miss several characters. I don't remember the names very well, like I say, but I miss them. I wish I could continue that story, but stupid Western morons that, you know, run away from names they don't understand. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Anyway, we have a new, I guess, adventure to travel through. Though they did use in that cutscene that I was, you know, having my intro on. They mentioned Weltax, so the dragon is still here. The most annoying enemy is still here. One of them in the gacha version. So that at least is the same. I don't know if that's the thing I would want them to keep the same out of all the things I enjoyed. Also, they seem to be wanting to try and emulate Trails of, because it's a more successful series, even if I personally think it's anywhere near as good. Because they seem to want to keep the Trails of aspect with the whole turn-based with these special icons on certain turns. Which, you know, is cool, but I mean, I feel like putting that in a gacha game is fine, as it's a side-off kind of content. Trying to put that in the main, I don't know if I'm really so excited about that. Not that I'm against it, it just feels like you don't need to be chasing after series that are more popular than you because they're more popular than you. They're not as good. I don't think Trails of will ever be anywhere near as good as Atelier. At all. Maybe in the minority, I don't care. They're wrong. I don't care. And I'd rather the game continue down the vein of Ryza, which is what I loved about Atelier, and, you know, Blue Reflection. And it feels like they want to do anything else but that. They're happy to go down the incredibly Genshin-y, full-on action type route on one side with Yumiya that I didn't enjoy as much, and they also seem to be happy to go down the other side of almost like reverting and regressing is the word I'd like to use here, regressing back to older Atelier games. And it's just like, this is not what I signed up for, this is not what I want, this is not what I'd hoped for from the series. Give me back Blue Reflection, give me back Ryza. So I don't want to be too negative, but it feels like they're doing all the things I don't want them to do. And I hope I can still enjoy this game. I'm going to give it every chance I can. I want to continue loving the series. I want to continue loving Gotham Studios. I'm just concerned. Anyway, exploration, basic controls, L3 or presumably D-pad. Stick will, left analog stick will presumably move. Or LS, yeah, LS sticks. Holding down L3 is the button. Left analog stick, but the actual analog stick itself moves. Or presumably D-pad. the right bumper alongside the left analog stick will sprint. So hold and depress as you want. It's pretty self-explanatory. Unfortunately, we have stupid things like Y and stuff, which is not my controller. I'm using PlayStation, not Xbox. But presumably that means triangle was jump, move camera on right stick, and then zoom in, zoom out with the R2 and L2. Saving and loading. Save and load is down on the D-pad. Oh, so D-pad might not actually be for moving around. While you're able to move around the field, you can bring up the saving and loading menu by pressing down. Note that there will be certain situations in which you cannot save or load your game. Active wear adventuring set has been applied. Costume added. You can change your costume by selecting combat equipment from the main menu. Some items are unlocked by progressing. That's just because I bought the game relatively early.
さて、くよくよしてても仕方ないし、とにかくいろんなところに行ってみよう。すっごい遺跡見つけたら、一躍時の人になっちゃうかも。
Is there a map? Is there a map? Map rotation. Oh. How do I get to the map? How do I turn on the map? And now that I have a relatively new smartphone, I guess I can use this sort of stuff. Problem now is because I didn't have a smartphone when they first came out for many years. And everybody else has presumably gotten used to using these sort of images. I don't actually know how to do that. I need to look up how to do that. Take a photo of it? I don't know. I don't know what you're supposed to do, but anyway. They're not seemingly telling me. Change confirm button. Off is press A to confirm. B is press on is press B. It's nice that they have that in mind because Japanese people like to use B, but the rest of us like to use A. So it's nice that they have that account. But I don't see where to turn on the map. What? You can't move past it? Okay, so there's an invisible wall already over here. Invisible wall again over here. So I guess that answers my question. This is the only way we can move forward.
うわー、さっきのすごい音って、ここが崩れた時のだったのか。あのプニプニのプニがこんな穴を開けちゃうなんて、魔物は見かけによらないよね。あ、そうだ。プニプニ玉落ちてるかも。で、さすがに潰れちゃったか。
And having this character, Voshi's very cute.
はぁ、プニプニ
Basically
玉欲しかったな。
remind me that Resna's no longer available is not a good way for me to like her. I'll always feel like, man, where's Resna? I mean, I try and make it as clear as I can what I like. I like Atelier and the combat system and everything that went to making Ryza what it was and why it was, you know, really put Atelier on the map. and Blue Reflection. Those are the games and IPs that I feel have the best combat systems, the best gameplay systems, and I feel like they're just being rejected now. And I'm just like, what on earth is going on? Here comes tutorial.
さっきはブニに背後を取られちゃったけど、正面からなら絶対負けないんだからね。さーて、始めますか。
To win a battle, no shit. You must defeat all of the participating enemies, unless they run away. If everyone in your party is knocked out, you will lose the battle. Both enemies and allies take their turns according to the timeline starting from the top. Normal attacks don't consume AP. They aren't very powerful, so you can always use them. They generate AP. At least don't be. If there's that, I do like that. That's from Resleriana. Transform a normal attack. Hey, please tell me I can do the whole cool, like, generate AP and then use that AP and kind of manage that out. I do enjoy that. You can check enemies HP while selecting the target. Reduce HP to 0 to defeat them. Try selecting enemy and attacking them now. Also, it seems like they want to, from what little I saw, I tried to avoid any spoilers, but I saw a little bit, like Lily Destiny, a little bit in the early game. Seems like they're also like introducing, again, elements from other games that don't need to. Like the whole Paper Mario Expedition 33 type shit, because they know people like that. You don't need to introduce that. It's fine. You just go back to your own stuff, which is amazing, and like Ryza and like the AP gauge, which thankfully they have here, and like the in real time attack defense. Although I generally didn't like the whole like I'm trying to defend and I can't defend because I don't know when their attacks are. That was annoying. But generally, I do enjoy the fluid motion of Ryza. And they probably still have action orders and team orders and things like that. But yeah. Try something the enemy attack now. Using normal attacks increases your AP, which will need to activate skills. When the enemy is attacking, hold down A to block and reduce the damage received. Is there going to be a just guard in this as well? You block an attack at the precise moment it hits. You perform a precision guard. Precision guard will not only greatly reduce the damage received, but also prevent you from being inflicted with any stat effect. Give it a try. Can consume AP to use skills and various effects. Give it a try. Wind. AP 10, power 100, gives air damage to them.
Yes! ここは思いっきり食らっちゃえ！いい感じに勝利！
Yay! I like this because this, even though I guess it is a little bit like Resleriana as well, the font of result, the kind of color scheme here, it reminds me of Blue Reflection.
まだまだ私の成長は止まらないよ。ざっとこんなもんや。それにしても本当に世紀の大発見なんじゃない？これ探せば珍しい遺物がもっと見つかるかも。そうすれば新しい観光名所になって街にたくさんの人が来て、楽しみ。よーし、そうと決まればもっとしっかり調べなくちゃ。絶対にみんながびっくりするようなものを見つけて戻るんだから。
But yeah, I'm concerned. Mini-map goals. In the field, Agricola field, a map is displayed in the lower right corner of the screen. Press that L3 to toggle display range. If you're not sure where you're headed, go to the icons that appear. Player's the arrow. Story destination is the diamond, very nice. Track quest target, very good. Exits.
私の冒険者の勘ではここの遺跡は本物だよ。絶対 きっと奥の方にはもっとすごいものが眠ってる。楽しみだな。
Those are all looking pretty useful. How are fights?
多分世紀の大発見を前にして帰るなんてありえないでしょう。
Like, how are fights generated? Is it, you know, what's it called? Random encounters? Or are we gonna start seeing them on the map? Usually in Atelier it's Steam.
今はどうにもできないかな。
Anything about this. So we're gonna come back here. As per usual, we'll eventually get the skill for this. And then the story will probably lead us back here at some point later in the game. We're going to start understanding the history of what this place is and what the significance of everything here is, and things will be very different, it seems. And that treasure chest will probably not be acquired until that point. That's what I'm thinking. Because it's the usual standard fare of the game. You get this, oh, what's this place that we're just randomly been teleported to? I have no idea. Well, you're not supposed to until later into the game. Much later.
また来た。さっきのすごい揺れだったもんな。それで騒ぎになってるのかも。原因は私だし、びっくりさせちゃってごめんだけど、でも私にもやらなきゃいけないことがあるの。だから奥に行かせてもらうよ。さーて始めますか。
Effect panels shown on the timeline grant various effects of the character taking their turn. You can change who benefits from effect panels by defeating enemies and altering the turn, or just simply consider the speed of your moves. Try defeating enemy on the effect panel to gain its effect yourself. Yeah.
Yes. ここは思いっきり食らっちゃえ。ここだ。体が軽い。
Attack gain HP because it took the turn. A wide variety of panel effects. Use the turn or to swing about. I want to use the skill here again. Simply because I don't know and I want answers. And I'll hopefully learn from it. Do you start with a base amount of AP or does it continue from battle to battle? If I use this now, I'll have no AP left. So the next time we get into a battle, it will tell me basically whether I need to consider it.
Yes. 外さないんだから食らっちゃえ。いくらでもかかってきなさい。
If you always start with some, then that can change potentially what you choose to do.
強くなるって
And if that is
いい
fixed,
もんだよね。
again that changes. Like it could be one of three things. It could be you ended the last battle with 0 AP, next battle you start with 0 AP. It could be you may have ended the last battle with 0 AP, but you always get to start with 10 or whatever your base is. Maybe that base increases as you level up. Or it could be, okay, you may have ended the last battle with 30, but now you get to keep all 30 or not. Depending on how you interpret the second one. Like the second one with the base 10 could be bring it back down to base 10 at the beginning of every fight. Or it could be you ended with more than 10, 30, 20, whatever. Next fight you get to start with 30, 20. So it could be a whole bunch of different possibilities. I don't know.
簡単に勝てたね。
That's the next destination. Oh, we have to use a skill to get over this. all these skills that are preventing us from getting these treasure chests. So we're definitely coming back here and all that sort of stuff. And probably wondering what's stronger. Those treasure chests will actually be pretty good, and we'll be like, oh yeah, remember when we couldn't do it? Yeah. Now we're gonna learn our first skill by walking over there. First field skill, I guess you could call it.
これじゃあ先に進めないな。
Some fairy or something is gonna come help us?
あそこもしかしたらうまくすればムチを引っ掛けられるかも。
Exploration wire actions. You can perform wire actions, the field skills, at spots near cliffs or trees with a blue glow. The other two things did not have a blue glow. Approach, they were like orange and red. And press A to change Rios' staff to wire mode, allowing you to scale cliffs and light. At first, you'll only be able to perform wire actions in areas with a blue glow, but by meeting certain conditions, you'll be able to perform in areas that glow other colors as well. That being the very picture of the thing we just looked at. So that is clearly not something we can go to yet. But sure.
とりゃいやーちゃんと練習しておいてよかった。父さんの特訓は厳しかったけど、あの時しごいてくれて感謝だよ。
Are we gonna have shrines like in Yumia?
ここすごく広い。
How much like
何をする
Yumia
場
is
所だったんだろう。
How much like actual like exploration activities and moving around the areas is there gonna be?
じっくり探索したい
Because
け
you
ど、
know there was a lot of that
ま
in
ずは
Yumia.
奥に進んでおきたい。
Maybe there's less of that here, but it still looks like there might be some.
とはいえ、ここからどっちに進んだらいいものやら。 聞こえた。こっちだ。こっちから私を呼ぶ声が。なんてそんなことあるわけないんだよね。でもこっちの道に何か惹かれるものがあるのは確か。
Is the light?
なんでだろう。
The potential like pickup?
もしかしてこれまた冒険者の勘なんじゃ。よし、自分を信じて
Okay,
行
well
っ
we
て
could
みよ
look at the map, consult it, and then figure out maybe a better idea. What is that yellow?
う。それにしてもこうして勘が働くようになるなんて私も成長したのかな。まあこれで行った先に何にもなかったらがっかりなんだけど。
They don't mean anything? They're just decoration? Okay. Seemingly they're just decoration. I wouldn't mind going this way then, with the map saying what it is. Is that why you're not letting me do it? You're not going to let me go to the map? You go to the treasure chest, I should say. Oh, we got this again. None of these treasure chests are going to be accessible the first time around. We're going to come back later and then they'll be accessible. Alright. You have to learn all these skills in the meantime. Can't take any of the goodies.
うわー、またすごい場所。まるで神殿みたい。でもここで行き止まり。
Does that mean fight?
じゃない。扉がある。それも
Is it
見
the
るからにただの
46th
扉じゃない。
door or whatever it is? And, you know.
やっぱりこっちが正解だった。私の勘が正しかったんだ。早くあの扉に。
Nice tits. The reason why I like that Hayaka thing, oh god, is because it reminds me, I've been playing Uno. Well, I actually really enjoying it. I play it on a regular basis. I've grinded up to 31,000. And I've been doing stories, and I really love both Measure McQueen and Ryshaw. Ryshaw is very cute. I liked them actually the first time I saw them. They're the only two, like, when you first see, like, when you're brand new to the game, you don't know what anything is. And you see, like, a bunch of characters, especially, like, in the intro cutscene with the title and all that. Like, oh, there's, you know, which characters catch your eye? The two that caught my eye right at the very beginning were Measure McQueen and Ryshaw, and I still love them. And I'm really glad I was able to get Measure McQueen a while back. Hi there, whatever your name is. But the point is, Ryshaw always goes Hayaka, 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 because she's been told to like chase after upper runners, and her story is that, you know, she's really good at having a target in front of her, but when the target is gone, she no longer has the zeal or whatever, ability to motivate herself to run as fast or whatever. It's a pretty cool story. They're really good at their story. And, yeah, it reminds me of Ryshaw. Whenever I hear anyone now say Hayaka, 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 which is just hurry, I think of Ryshaw.
邪魔だ。失礼ね。私だって。元からそのつもりだよ。それにしてもこいつすっごく硬そうなんだけど。どうにか防御を崩さないと仕留めるのは難しそうだ。
Try selecting normal tab, horse. 433 rock golem. That yellow bar is our stun gauge. It will be doing damage to it, like in, you know, Resleriana original. And other games too have stun gauge and Atelier usually. Okay, so yeah. Right, so she has 1 AP now. It's annoying that the very next fight to test, you know, what would happen with my AP. I should have saved it. We're gonna fight a goddamn mini boss. But whatever. Guess we have no choice but to normal attack. When enemy stun gauge reaches 0, you'll be able to stun them. Stun enemies have their turn delayed and take increased damage until the next turn. They resist fire, they are weak to ice and electric. Why is Rhea gone?
攻めるぞ。た。よっ。ここだ。前に出る。正面突破だ。ああ。
もしかして今がチャンス？
ここで一気に片付ける。
It's not AP. What's TP? TP is usually like that you don't see mana, but our mana is effectively our AP, our action points. So what the hell is TP? That would be multi-action. You can see the TP before multi-action. Multi-actions allow you to perform multiple actions at once while changing the row. Oh, is Resin our back row? Is that what we're doing? Oh. Can we use this? Is it not going to consume AD?
切り開く。
We did consume AD.
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
よし、ここは思いっきり食らっちゃえ。いい感じに勝利。まだまだ私の成長は止まらないよ。
Double up again. She hit nothing and it somehow made a clap sound.
少し強くなれたみたいだ。
Is she pretending to clap with the player? You know. High five.
助けてくれてありがとう。私リアス、あなたは？
スレイラ、体はもう大丈夫なのか？怪我してたんじゃないか？
Yeah, they say me that. I see he fights with a spear. Maybe he's an adventurer. Cloisleiter. Not cloister. Or Klausleiter. Klausleiter. Slade Klausleiter.
ああ、うん、まあ平気。さっき吹っ飛ばされた時はさすがに人生終わったって思ったけどさ。
見かけによらずたくましいんだな。
まあね、こう見えても私、
まあね、
一応それなりに経験を積んでる冒険者だし。なに？全然信じてないって顔してるけど。
自分の胸に聞いてみたらどうだ？それはそうと、なぜこんなところにいた？
That's all that. That's a lot of English for the amount of Japanese you just said.
あんたこそどうしてこんなところに？
俺はとある遺跡が本当に存在するか確かめるためにこの地へやってきた。そしてその遺跡とはどうやらここのようだ。君を助けるために
Maybe
飛
you
び降
should
りた
continue to pair up.
これは予想外だな。
へえ、よかったじゃん。でもそれってさ、私のおかげで
Gonna
遺
take
跡を
credit
見
for
つけ
that,
ら
are
れ
you?
たってこと。
Right. Yeah.
ごめん、続けて。
No worries.
いや、確かにその考えにも一理あるかもしれない。
Does she?
君の叫び声が森に響き渡っていなければここには来なかっただろうし、ゴーレムが暴れなければ穴もできてない。偶然だが君がやらかしたおかげで遺跡を見つけられたのは事実だ。
そっか、やっぱりそうだよね。
What things? Love?
なんだ？
Love at first sight? Is that what you're referring to?
それってさ、運命の出会いってやつじゃない？
Really?
いきなり何を言い出すんだ？
That's what I thought she was gonna talk about.
というわけで、私を探索の
Yeah,
相
but
棒
a
に
team doesn't mean
依
you
頼
need
料
to
とかはい
be
らないよ。
in romance with one another.
そういう意味か。紛らわしい。
Nah, she was testing you. She
よ
realized you
ー
weren't
し
ready, and she
そうと決まれば
wanted-
早速あの扉を調べてみよう。
待て、人の話を聞け。俺は君とは行かない。
Oh, no, did
君
I?
は町へ戻るんだ。
戻るわけないじゃん。ここで会ったが100年
She's resilient.
意味わからずノリで言ってるだろ。とにかく俺はもう行く。急いでるんだ。
目。あ、待って。実は私ね、本当のことを言うと町には戻れないんだ。
Right.
なんだ、どうしたんだ。町で何かあったのか。
それがさ、
Are you like the daughter of nobility, and you don't want your father finding out or something, and he's gonna ground you, and you're not gonna be able to do your escapades anymore, and blah blah blah. You take away your ability to blah blah because you got yourself in danger or whatever. Is that what we're doing? I don't know.
この遺跡に入ってすぐプニに追いかけられたせいで出口がどこにあるかわか
But
らな
that's
くな
why
っちゃっ
he
て
can tell you. You don't need to know that. What? That's not a reason.
だから先に進むしかないんだ
No,
よね
that's not a reason.
そ
He
れに
just
ほら
told you he can
それだ
direct
って
you out.
帰るときは出口探さなきゃでしょ
He doesn't need you to know where the exit is to help you get there if he, presumably, as he's offered, knows where it is himself. What?
だったら一緒に探した方がよくない？二人なら2倍だよ。成功率も速さも多分2倍。
Are 4 legs faster than 2? 2 heads might be better than 1, depending, but I'm not sure 4 legs are faster than 2. Especially if one pair is slower than the other, then you're as fast as the slower of the 2 to get out. Whereas if you just have the faster person, that's clearly going to be faster, right? One person, you know, runs 100 meters in 12 seconds, the other runs it in 15. You're either getting out in 12 seconds or 15 if you have to use both with the person at 12 seconds. And the 15, you know, as an example, right? So, I don't think that's true at all.
いかん、頭痛が。この子はなんでこんなに楽天的なんだ。
Maybe that's where she gives you some insight. Eshar Bisuda Kawi.
それに見てよ、あの扉。あれこそ夢の塊。ね、わかるよね。あの扉を前にして撤退するなんて冒険者として失格よ。
それは単なるお前の感想だろ。
スライはこの遺跡の秘密を何か知ってるんでしょ？ここは昔何があったの？あの扉の奥に何があるの？
知らん。そもそもここが本当に俺の目指している遺跡かどうかもまだ分かっていないんだが。
だったらなおさら早く扉まで行って調べてみようよ。
おい。
That's a weird gesture.
なんてやつだ。この調子だと何を言ってもついてくるな。
What does she have to?
なんとか引き剥がしたいところだが、正直危なっかしくてこんなところに放ってはおけない。できれば巻き込みたくなかったんだが、万が一のことがあ
Not
れ
to
ば
involve her in what?
俺が
Why don't you at least give a hint as to what you're presumably hiding from her?
すまん相棒。
Especially since she's just
戻るのにもう少しだけ時間がかかりそうだ。
Who's this? This is your actual significant other? Or is this like your mother or something?
一人で勝手に行くな。罠があるかもしれないだろう。
楽しみだな。あの扉開くから、あの先には何があるんだろう。
あの扉の向こうが本当に目的の場所なら、
The baby?
あの先には
Like in 100 line? Don't let Aito find this place? All that rubbish? Can I what? Can I jump? Oh. Down.
と
Triangles jump, I forgot. Jump. Well, I guess there's not really anything here now. These stars. These decorations. Too many. is it going to be like Hollow Knight?
すご
You
い
have to go collect
近
all
く
the
で見る
red
と
orbs.
本当にでっかいこれは間違いなく大発見だよ戻っ
It's
た
not
ら
that
町
much
の
of a
人たち
discovery
に
if
知
he
らせ
already
な
knows
くちゃ
what's behind it.
それはやめろ。危険すぎる。
なんでやっぱりスレこの遺跡のこと何か知ってて私に隠してるでしょ
隠し事はしてない。ただここが俺の目的とする遺跡なら
なら
この遺跡はまだ生きてる。
Yeah, we don't know who they are, but thank you.
生きてるそれって
Volcanoes? That's what I usually think of. Talking about danger and being active.
言葉の通りだ。まだ古の気候が稼働してる。その辺の遺跡にあるような残骸とは違う。
何それすっごいそれって大発見ってことだよね
そう単純なものじゃないんだな。
よーしそうと分かれば早速中へ
おい待て。気安
Well,
く。
she seems to be doing that. Funga! Funga. Not finger, funga.
遅かったか。
It's a nice
ダメ
angle.
だビクとも
You
し
should do that more often. Nice spank on the ass. What?
何事もなくてよかったが、この扉やはり他と質感が違うな。それに
It's gonna be woken by magic or something, and it's gonna light up all the grooves. Yeah. Magic like that. Hey, what you know? That was so hard to predict.
今の何
I haven't seen this. It's just I've seen it in other games and other media 100 million times, but even Nino Kuni, for instance, my outro has that nice little like part where it all lights up because of Gateway. You know, I've seen that kind of thing a million times, but like I've never seen this specific thing. And the part I saw, we haven't come to yet, was when they walk into a room that gets to their atelier, and the atelier looks really fucking weird because it's like in a ethereal blue space. And it doesn't seem like a real room at all, in the context of this one. And then Lily went to like explore for a few materials and fought this, not the same one, not the one we just fought, the golem, but a different golem in like a grassy knoll kind of area. Almost looks like Kiri Forest or something. That's what I remember seeing a little bit of. But I haven't seen this. I'm not like, oh, pretending. I mean, it's not that big, not that hard to predict.
ねえスレイその腕は何なのちょっとすごすぎるんだけど
Magic?
何やったの
Mana, ability, thing.
俺は何もしてない。腕輪が遺跡に反応しただけだ。
Yeah, the bracelet is
この
magic.
腕輪はこれは両親
Memento?
の形見だ。
Are you sure it's
Udeva
Memento? I
Machichi
think it's
no.
Memento.
腕輪についてる石。ガイストコアは母のな。
So they were always meant to be your parents, huh?
形
That
見
was fate. A memento, yes, not momento. Is that misspelled deliberate, or it's like is he like from a different area, so he pronounces certain words differently, and therefore when he says it, it sounds more like momento than memento? And it could be, or it could be just a silly little typo.
ガイストコアが反応した。ならば や
It
はり
seems a little
ここ
too
が
out of place, speaking of the word, to be part of his character. So I'm gonna presume it's just a typo. But you know,
あの男の言っていたことは全て正しかったということか
well, you've been chasing his theories so far, I imagine. So
スレイ動く。
なあ、どうやら封印が解けたようだな。
seal of approval.
行ってみよ
Oh, this is the Atelier. This is it. This is the Atelier. This is the weird ethereal blue room.
魔物の類はいないようだな。
But I didn't know it was here. I thought it was somewhere else. Maybe there's several of them.
う。すごい。
This is
何
an
こ
Atelier,
れ。
I guess.
綺麗。いだ。
What?
たたた。
おい、大丈夫か？
Invisible wall or some shit?
うん、大丈夫。
Okay.
ねえスレイ、これって一体。
Cauldron. Like I say, this is the Atelier.
これはもしかして錬金釜か？
Lenkin Jutsu.
錬金釜？
So it's interesting that Rias doesn't associate herself specifically with being an alchemist. And she's just an adventurer. Whereas all the previous characters very much wanted to be an alchemist first.
いや、確証はない。だが
And then they went on adventures for their alchemy. This girl's like, I'm excited, I want to go on adventures. Oh, I guess alchemy is useful for that. Which is kind of like the other side of it.
俺はここに来る前、ルイネ州にいたんだ。
Ruin problems?
そこでは
Is it okay,
錬金
or
術
is it
について
ruin?
書かれた書物をいろいろと読んだ。この釜の形や模様は
Maybe he's
そ
more
の
the
書物
alchemy
の
dude
何
than
冊かに
she is.
描かれていた錬金釜の絵ととてもよく似ている。釜以外の装置は文献でも見たことがないが、まさかここは錬金術のアトリエなのか？
There's apparently a blue thing we can go get and whatever that is.
錬金術の
Don't drink the
ア
water.
トリエ。なんだろう。私、こんな釜もこの部屋も今まで一度も見たことないけど。
We don't really see cauldrons in
ないの
real
に。
estate. I don't know. Not very often. I mean, they're in witches thing anyway. But like even whatever we would call
なんでかな。なんでかはわからないけど、ここにいるととても懐かしい気持ちになるの。
Ah, the memories of the original Resleriana. All the music, huh? I do love the music in Resleriana.
リアス。
この時の私はまだ何も知らなかったけど、私の心はもうすでに気づいていたんだ。
The other day, I was watching Barb and he asked, who here knows how to whistle? And he was trying to teach people how to whistle, and I was trying to say, Yeah, I'm very
あ
good.
の町がこれから
It's one of those things that when I was a kid, I couldn't know. I didn't know how to do it. And I was so obsessed and upset that I didn't know how to whistle. I was so frustrated. Why can't I whistle? And I kept practicing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then I became the ability to just like whistle pretty much.
優しい世界を信じられたのは
This is new.
願いが人をつなぐとき心に
It's Atelier!
芽生えた花
I love Atelier.
木漏れ日をたどって見つけたのは無数に伸びた道と光り集う出会いだった雪が浮き
Even if it's not stuff I can't look at. This is my favorite.
答えよ
Yeah, some people think Hades looking at it or whatever. I don't care for it. And Quillbell. And Tartary.
見せた夢はいつか届くかな
I love Resna! Resna's here! Valeria is here too! Yeah! Woo! Can't wait to meet them. So they are separate characters. Resna and Valeria are around. Hell yeah. Part 1, the new challenge. Yeah! We get Resna and Valeria back! Oh, thank God. That's awesome. I'm happy again. There's still I still have certain concerns with like the general gameplay. And obviously, I'm always going to be sad that I wasn't able to continue with the original gacha version. The story kind of left hanging after 15 chapters. You know, when we got to finally figure out who wrote the book that Resna loved holding on to all this time, and why she's doing what she's doing with her small team and whatever. And we want to know what happens with that, and I don't get to do that because it's just not available for me. But hey, at least we have Resident Valeria back, eh? That's pretty
よ
cool.
く似ているが全く同じではない。
And Toddery was always in my team. She was pretty good.
固定されてる。俺の知っている錬金釜は普通に持ち運びできるものだったのだが、それに釜からつながっているこの白い模様は何だ。前に見た書物にはこんなもの書かれてなかった。奥にあるあの装置とつながっているのか。未知の文明のものとしか思えない。
Why is she rocking back and forth? She is.
リアス、
She's like frozen in time.
何
その装置何か動かせそうなところとかないか。
パッと見そういったものはな
You
い
mean
か
like the
な
joystick that you crank? Just turn the freaking crank at the top.
ねえねえこれもやっぱり錬金術ってやつの装置なの
You just...
さあな。
That's what it looks like to me.
あれスレイって錬金術のこといろいろ知ってるんじゃなかったっけ。
ルイネ州で読んだ文献以上のことは知らない。実際にこの目で錬金術を見たわけじゃないし、そもそもこの装置と錬金術が関係あるかもわからない。
錬金術って一体どういうものなの？スレイの知ってることでいいからさ教えてよ。
You want to be an alchemist now? You're supposed to be a protagonist. They're supposed to like alchemy and be alchemists.
俺も大したことはわからないが、錬金術は数百年ほど前に流星を極めた技術だ。 星の恵みであるマナを使って複数の素材を掛け合わせ一つのものを作り出す。卓越した錬金術師なら普通では考えられないような薬や道具を作り出すことができた。そうやって作り出されたものは現代では再現できない。失わ
れた技術ね。なら今はもう誰も作れないのか。
そうやって作り出されたものは現代では再現できない失われた技術なんだ。
あれ？でもさ、ここにある本には錬金術のことが書かれてるわけじゃない？
Is there an auto for this? Auto does.
だったらここの本を読んで勉強すれば錬金術が使えるってことにはならないかな。
The problem with auto
残念だが
is if I
それ
want
は
to
不
read
可能だ
over
ろ
what
う。
was said,
可能ならすで
you
に
have to
誰か
turn
が
it
や
off
ってい
or
る
be
から
very quick
な。
about it.
今じゃマナを運んでくるほうき星の減少によって錬金術ができるほどの量は普通じゃ手に入らない。
そっか、残念。すっごい
I
発
mean,
見
it already is, isn't it? You're in a weird ethereal blue room.
けどこの錬金釜、マナの力が満ちてるみたいに見えるけど、この程度の量じゃダメってこと？
何？どういうことだ？
いや、ほらちょっとだけど光ってるじゃん。たくさんってわけじゃないけど、
Oh, you now know
マ
about
ナがあ
mana?
る証拠だよ。こ
What
の
about the
釜
proof
が
of the
マナで
bracelet
できて
having
いる
mana?
のか、この空間にマナの力が漂っているのかわからないけど。
マナが満ちてる。光ってる。
All of a sudden, she's awoken to her real skill of being an alchemist.
光。
何よ、また私のこと変な
You
や
just
つ
said
だ
a
と
whole
思っ
bunch
て。
of words you weren't expected to know. It was just some
No.
random adventure.
試してみたらどうだ？お前の言う通り、この釜にマナの力が満ちてるなら、錬金術だってできるかもしれないだろ
And you're just perfectly capable to do it, even though you had no interest in it up to this
う。も
point.
ちろん、才能があればの話だがな。錬金術を成功させるには、それなりの素養が。
そうだよ、試してみればいいんだよ。試すだけならただだもん。私、さっきそこの本の中に錬金釜使って作るレシピみたいなの見つけたんだよ
Funny,
ね。
huh?
あった、これだ。あ、これこれ。これなら私にも簡単に作れそうな気がする。
Other diary. You can use the diary in the Atelier to save and learn. Photo mode. I always love this. Even though they don't give you a way to actually make the photo, you have to then like use your own screenshot or something. While free to move on the field, you can activate photo mode. You're free to set the layout of your characters as well as their poses as your liking. Changing the BGM. You can change the game's BGM by checking your desk at Mistletoe Miscellaneous or the Atelier. You can change the BGM that plays the various scenes individually or make a sweeping changes all at once. Sweeping changes? That seems a bit weird. Isn't it a sweeping change or sweeping changes, not a sweeping changes? But okay. Sure.
やっぱり何事も試してみなくちゃね。そうやって道は開けるんだよ。
Speaking of,
あいつには何が見えている？もしかしたら本当の奇跡が見られるかもしれない。
miracles, alchemy. I tried getting Uma Smith 30 wins in a career, and I got to 25 with my own Topico. What was that weird?
そうか。そうだよ。私、さっきそこの本の中に錬金釜使って作るレシピみたいなの見つけたんだよね。あった、これだ。
It was one of these lines was like, I think it was this.
あった、これだ。
Koreda, It doesn't actually happen again. There are all sorts of available tools. We need to know how to use them.
さーて、何を作ろう。
Let's start by selecting a recipe. This list displays all the recipes you've learned so far. To begin with, try making a healing cell. Recipe details are displayed on the left. We have tutorial. If you have the necessary ingredients for a recipe, then you can perform synthesis.
まずはこれを入れて
Why can't I do it? Yeah, tutorial. Press these. I can't really do anything else but that. Synthesis can be performed after you place all the necessary ingredients. Press, options to start synthesis. I can't do anything. I can't even press back. This is me pressing back. B for back. Or in my case, circle. Not letting me do it. It just...
よし調合開始すっごくうまくいったね
Oh my god!
できちゃった
Gotta make sure not to press fast forward or skip. Which is RB and no. Weird. That's not what I'm doing. I'm pressing pad button. No. Weird. All those three do the same thing. If I press the pad big button in the center, it does that. If I press the options button, it does that. If I press the share button, it does the same thing. I just want...
見てこれできちゃったよ本当にできちゃった
I want to save this picture. I also want to.
すごくない私ってもしかして天才なのでは
できたのか
It's certainly better than
確かに
nothing.
できているだがこれは成功と言えるのかリアス浮かれているところすまないがこれは本当に成功しているのか随分と見た目が
大丈夫だよ形じゃないよ大事なのは中身の方は自信あるんだ
中身も成功しているように見えない
ってあれ
どうした今度は何があった
なんかもう無理そう光も消えちゃってるし
Oh, you used up the mana for that? It has to recharge or something? We've had recharge stuff in Yumiya as well.
マナの力が空っぽになっちゃったみたいまだ他にもいろんなものを作ってみたかったの
We
に
don't have many recipes to
そう
try.
ね
やはりマナが見えているのか
お前たちそこで何をやっている
Somebody else joined us?
しまった
ってランドルフ
誰かと思えばまたお前か
どうしてここに
それはこっちのセリフだリアス
なんだ知り合いか
どういうことなのかしっかり説明してもらうまずはここから出るんださあ早く
Hayaka Osen. hurry and follow me.
やっと町に戻ってこれた。
お前はいつまで我々に迷惑をかけ続ければ気が済む。もういい年なんだから、いい加減大人になれ。
もう私は十分大人だよ。
寝言は寝てから言え。正直私はお前がどうなろうと知ったことではない。だがカミラさんの悩みの種を増やすのはやめてくれ。
それを言われると言いたいな。
お前の聞き取りはカミラさん同席のもとで行う。星の踊り場まで来る。
Camilla?
はーい。
You work for Camilla? Or you're connected to Camilla? So the gacha story in the end somehow finds a way to unite peace between the two sides, because Camilla in the Resleriana that I played, the gacha, is the goddamn annoying ass head honcho of like the enemies, who's the one that informs Valeria that she's a homunculus. The one who's like not really giving her real identity to Valeria because she knows it will be a problem. That's Camilla, right? That's her name, right? And now we got this. Oh god, is it the same woman?
すまないが、今回は君にも同席してもらう。リアスと一緒に来てもらいたい。
わかりました。お前、一体何者なんだ？
Yeah,
あ
who's
の
this
人やカミ
Camilla?
ラさんとはどういう関係
Who
だ？
is this Camilla indeed? Because she caused a lot of problems of that. Or someone caused a lot of problems with that name in the gacha version of the game. I'd rather call it just the original, because people don't like the word gacha, and it's a beautiful game. The original Resleriana, Camilla is quite the name.
カミラは私の姉
Pretty
さんで
sure. Oh, she's your older sister.
ハルフェンの責任者。
Excuse me? I'm pretty sure the one I'm thinking of, the one who enticed herself with, ingratiated herself with Valeria and told her about homunculus and shit. Her name is Camilla. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's like some other name that sounds similar.
さらっと言ってるが、実はとんでもない子なんじゃないか。
Quests, checking and tracking quests. Destinations for your adventure. And the details of requests are recorded as quests. Requests to become quests. Open the radio menu with LB, L1, and select quests to check your quests. Quests, checking and tracking quests. Press Y. Press triangle when viewing the quest list to track the current selected quest. A tracked quest will always be displayed on the top of the field screen. Main menu. You can check your items and quests. Check your change your equipment and more quests from the main menu quests. They're all saying quests quite a lot. LB and RB radio menu selection. Oh, sorry, LB and R3 radio menu selection. LB short, L1 short press, open previously selected menu. Shortcuts to various screens in the main menu can be set and opened via the radio menu. This is going to get confusing. Successful wishlist campaign present. Obtain 20,000 coal, obtain traveler's shoes, and obtain bunny tail. Da 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 da. Jan jan da da. Da da. Da da.
タルル
Barrel. There's supposed to be something on the map here. Why does it say I can go through there on the map? But I can't. What is that? I don't have any business. Wandering around is fun. That's the point. Why can't I get the chest that's over here? Where is it? What was the button for? Yeah. That doesn't help me. Something to zoom in. The smaller map was like, you know, just like zoomed in instead. There's some chest here. I don't know how to go up there now. Yeah, that's definitely a chest there, you can see. I don't know what I'm supposed to be able to do to get up there. What is supposed to be here? Why is nothing here? There's like stuff on the map and I can't see anything. Our job is to support Hellfire by fostering the local economy. We must do what we can to make this town a more comfortable place to live.
来たな。カミラさんはすでに戻られている。ついてこい。
Oh, that's very different.
リアス、あなたまた鉱山に行ってたんですって？
Yeah.
もうあそこは危ないからダメっていつも言ってるじゃない。あまり心配させないでちょうだい。
Also, you have a very similar voice to the instructor of Resleriana. She looks very different.
ごめん姉さん。
You also don't look at really very much, if at all, like your sister. Is it like adopted or something?
ごめんなさいね。挨拶もまだなのに。
Like you fancy him too?
私はカミラ。この町の復興のために王都から派遣されているものです。
Camilla Idris is his adoptive older sister. As the on-site overseer of the restoration project, she manages the Star Landing, which serves as an administrative office and request center. What I really appreciate, which they didn't really have in the gacha version, which, you know, thank God they fixed effectively in the original, is when you got pictures that looked a lot like this, introducing new characters and describing what they're about, you didn't get the opportunity to choose when to move to the next screen. There was no like pause. There was a very small pause, but there wasn't like, you know, control over to the player kind of thing. It just showed it, expecting you to be able to read the whole thing in like 3 seconds, and if you didn't, tough shit, move on to the next thing. And that was really irritating, because a lot of times I couldn't read everything of the character's description. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Here, as you can see, until I say so, we can stay on this screen. But you know, it's much more user-friendly, and I appreciate that. It's a shame that the original didn't have it.
こっちはランドルフ。私の補佐官を務め
We're
てい
gonna
る
have
わ。
one for him as well. Randolph Langner, a government official working as Camilla's assistant. So, not really tied to Camilla, but rather the government and deployed here. He also manages requests made at the Star Landing. So this is going to function where we had Ryza, Roland, which was a new character, and what's her name? She was part of my team too. The other one, not Ryza, the other one who made the cooking, the like pies or whatever. She was part of my team in the original. Anyway, they had their own like tavern in whatever the hell thing, and these two are going to be like that for this game again.
丁寧にありがとうございます。俺はスレイ・クロスリッターと言います。
Slave Closlita.
よろしくね、スレイ君。今回はわざわざ来てもらってごめんなさいね。それじゃ早速お話を聞きましょうか、リアス。
はい。まず
She's bored as heck. She needs something enthusiastic to, you know, do. She's excited by the, you know, location. She wants to check it out. And she was able to learn some alchemy in the process. Which is pretty awesome.
なるほど。私たちの話を盗み聞きして行ってみたら、そこに錬金術のアトリエの遺跡があったと。
Also, I...
だいたいそんな感じ。
大事に至らなくてよかったけど、盗み聞きなんて感心しないわね。
ごめん。
Go men and women.
大事な遺跡に踏み入ってしまいご迷惑をおかけしました。
ああ、スレイ君はそんなに硬くならないでいいのよ。
She didn't cause
迷
trouble
惑を
though.
かけたのはリオスの方なんだから。
She didn't cause trouble though. So.
恐れ入ります。
ところでスレイ君はどちらから？
Man, you really like him. What is this blush? Holy fuck.
ルイネ州です。どうしても調べたいことがありまして。
ルイネ州から？はるばる大変だったでしょう。そこまでして調べたいものがあったのね。
Well, he's investigating alchemy. And he'd like to... I mean, you could, if you wanted, which probably will be the case, allow him to babysit, if you will. And get, you know, Reese, whatever her name is now, to be the assistant of this guy, and they can both check out the Atelier and the boy.
はい。俺の父のことで。
お父様の？
実は俺も12年前まではこの地に住んでいました。父はこの町を警備してた一人で、12年前にあの悲劇で亡くなりました。俺はどうしてもあの悲劇の謎を解明したくて、それでずっと手がかりを探していたんです。
Make my hand.
それでルイネ州を回っていた時、ある男から遺跡の話を聞きました。あの事件の鍵となる遺跡があるって話を。だから俺は仲間と一緒にこの地に戻って、そしてあの遺跡へ。
仲間？
おい、こ
ら、スレイ！
Where have you come from? What, huh? That's an interesting segue and a real, you know, big close-up.
エル
How come you're also allowed to be here?
お前、よくもよくもよくもよくも！
Yakumo.
よくもこの僕を置き去りにしていきやがったな！
すまないエル。これにはかなり複雑な事情があってな。
その事情とやらは、この高蘭新式博識多彩、世界の頭脳との名を欲しいままにする僕の
Certainly
命
found an
大切
amazing
なも
way
の
of
か！
getting into here. The quality of having or showing great knowledge or learning, scholarship, erudition. I'll try to remember that because I don't really know that word. Elbel from hell. Tell, you know, Slade. A young archaeologist who has dedicated her life to the field. So she's like a soil scientist. She's even made a name for herself in the capital. Elbel. What the L? Elbel.
だからすまないと言ってる。本当に悪かった。
誰？
Exactly. And I don't know why they're here or how they managed to get past any guards or anything.
静かにしないか。ここは執務室だぞ。
Heva el Mektab. Or Heva Mektab. It's not the office, it's an office.
なるほどね。話は理解したよ。君たちがその錬金術の遺跡を重要視していることはよーくわかった。その上であえて言わせてもらおう。
What are you going to say next? That we, or that you, guardian over and help and get Reese to join your team, and that you continue to explore it?
その錬金術の遺跡、僕たちで調べるから皆さんには自重してもらいたい。
それはどういうことだ？
You're speaking out of line, Randall.
請求な脅しを好むのは官僚さんの悪い癖だね。
なんだと？
ランドルフ、話を聞きましょう。
わかりました。
Yeah.
理由は大きく2つある。1つ目はここにいるスレイだ。そのアトリエの扉を開いたのはスレイの持つ腕輪。君たちだけでは永遠に開けられなかっただろう。
That's not really good enough. So, thanks for the tip. We'll be on our way now. Like, that doesn't... So what?
その腕輪以外にもスレイはお父様から形見をいくつか受け取っている。
Okay.
おそらくそれらも今後役に立つ
That's
は
more
ずだ。
interesting. What are these other items?
そして2つ目の理由、これが非常に重要だ。その理由とは、
Rias has the power and the skills of an alchemist, and we need her help, so we will look after her while she helps us research the planet.
理由とは、
Yeah. You cottoned on too, huh?
この考古学界の優とも言うべき僕が遺跡を調査するという点だ。
Right. So you're not actually that smart, are you? Because if you got word of the story, you should have been aware that Rias was able to use alchemy. And I don't really see you able to do that. You're just an archaeologist, which is fine, but that doesn't mean you know anything about alchemy. So, what are you doing? Sorry, Rias. Maybe later.
思い出しました。この L というもの、確かに。
Yeah, well then why did you snap your head off like she said instead of thinking about who she is?
の卵です。
In the making.
やっと気づいたかい。説明する手間が省けて助かるよ。
I thought he
こ
whispered.
れでもはや選択の余地はなくなったのではないかな。
Oh, I don't know. I think you can definitely have grounds to refuse it, regardless of what your interests are. So, they're your interests. They're not her interests. I think this might actually be where... this could be. Again, it might not be. This could be where, on one condition, or a few conditions that wrap into one condition, you look after Reese and have her join your team. She can make alchemy, blah, blah, blah. This could be an opportunity for that.
いや余地ありすぎだろ。卵だぞ。
It does, yeah.
そうね。
カミラさん、無理は承知の上です。ですが、俺からもお願いします。
Yeah, use your apparently manly charms.
スレイ君。
俺にとってあの遺跡は、俺が今まで生きてきた目的で、父のことや、あの遺跡のことが分かればきっと。12年前の悲劇のことや、錬金術のことも分かるはず。父の形見が導いてくれるって信じてます。だから
私からもお願い。 やらせてあげてほしい。それと私も一緒にやらせてほしい。
Good, she's back up for herself.
リアス。
私の家族も12年前にいなくなっ
Is
た。
it the same person?
私はその理由が知りたくて、また家族に会いたく
Or
て、
you're just trying to
この
use
町
the
に
same
戻ってきた
story
の。
and bluffing it. It's like, oh, it's such a good story. Let's just copy it and hope it works. And not have to explain who this is.
それに錬金術、もし私が錬金術をちゃんと使えるようになったら、この町の復興
That's
に
what I
も
thought they
役
would
立
be
つんじゃないかって思ってる。
like more.
だからアトリエのことをもっと知りたいし、また錬金術ができるか試してみたいの。
わかったわよ。いいわ。あの遺跡の調査は任せます。
Oh, that's very nice of him.
カミラさん、
あなたも分かってるはずよ。こちらで預かっても結局人員や資材捻出の段で頭を抱えることになるって。
ですが、
ただしこれは遊びではありません。正式な依頼です。何か分かったら必ず報告するよう
In
に。
that case, Camilla, I
いいわ
think
ね。
you should also demand you get to know what these other items of random description that are, you know, part of Elbel's case to convince you are. Because that's part of your reporting whatever back you find. They have already found these other tools, and they're part of it.
ありがとう姉さん。
ご配慮感謝します。
And is it because of the
報告は逐一
stuff
させ
in
て
my
いただきます。
inventory, the weird purple and yellow thing?
賢明な判断だよ。
はい、それじゃあ今日の話はおしまい。夜も遅いから帰って休みなさい。
This is very original game music with like just like the menu, the alchemy and such. It's all gonna be using the original, the gacha music. All the music pretty much is from the, especially this, from the gacha. This is basically where the main hub music, you kind of choose what you want to do.
Shindokata.
リアス、ありがとうな。本当に助かった。
Oh, it's a two-sided coin. You're also gonna help her get to do what she wants to do. Explore.
こっちこそだよ。これで心置きなく冒険できるし、やっぱり私たちは運命を共にする仲なのよ。ほほー、スレイ君、君は人生の伴侶とも言うべき僕を置き去
I
り
mean,
に
to be
し、
fair, she's a
あ
lot
げく
better.
浮気までしていたのかい？二人ってそういう関係だったの？
おいエル、お前の冗談は分かりにくい。
あんな場所に置いていかれたんだ。これくらいは許してもらわないと割に合わない。
まあこんなやつだが、 リアスもこれからこいつのことをよろしく頼む。
もちろんだよ。っていうか私さっきからずーっと我慢してたんだけどさ。
Yeah. Are you sure she's gonna like that? Because it didn't. I mean, you all have weird ears. Even you, through your goddamn hat. It's very strange. But, you gonna play with her ears like with that other girl, the blue-haired girl in Yumiya? Or maybe play whatever? She also had a tail, didn't she?
なんだいその手は。で、まさか
Yeah, I don't think she gave you consent to that.
耳もふもふさせて。やっほー。おいこら、勝手に触るな。自分のがあるだろ。スレイ、この娘どうにかしろ。どう言ってば。そういえば二人って泊まるところは？
問題ない。居住区にある宿を取ってある。
そっか。じゃあ今日はゆっくり休んで、明日はこの広場に集合で。
ああ、リアスもゆっくり休むようにな。
There she goes. The way they wave. in this
Yes,
game is
ma.
so funny.
リアスは一体何者なんだろうか。
どういうことだい？いつになく深刻な顔をして。
She did alchemy. Did you not catch the story?
俺には何も見えなかった。
なるほどね。詳しく話してくれな
You
いか？
just went ahead with your rhetoric and thinking you knew the story when you didn't know half of it?
リアスには見えてたようなんだ。あのアトリエの錬金釜に宿ってたマナの力が。
ほほう。
あまりに不可解すぎて、ならやってみたらどうだと。
It wasn't the most miraculous item ever, but it is a purposeful, useful item, especially in the early game.
結果は聞いての通り。
She knows the rest, and why didn't she mention that
Humanity
with
has
her,
taken
like,
style.
you know, case to have what she wanted?
やはり興味深い。考えられる理由は2つある。
Now that is interesting. Now, you're supposed to know that back in the office or whatever.
才能か血筋だ。もしくはその両方か。
I mean, lineage in terms of like inheriting what? You're inheriting talent, so there's quite a bit of overlap.
いずれにせよ、あいつは
Or you
特
could
別
just
だ。
have talent and not have any, maybe.
なんだかな。焼いてるのかい？君らしくもない。
そうじゃない。ただ、少し胸騒ぎがする。それだけだ。
まああれだよ。特別という点では君だって同じだろ。
He's a good fighter. What else?
それは違う。
No, the freaking bracelet again.
俺は特別なんかじゃない。父さんが残したこのガイストコアが特別なんだよ。
Geist Core. Geist Core.
ただいまー。って誰もいないのに挨拶とか。おじいちゃん。
Did you mention her grandpa earlier?
毎度いつもありがとな。
Again, I wish I could, like, with the other game, remove the text.
じいちゃんじいちゃん、見て見て、俺今日川で魚捕まえたんだぜ。
おお、これはでかいの釣ったな。よし、褒美にそこの菓子から好きなの一つ持ってけ。
やったー。宿り木堂さん、ちょっと大変大
あ
That reminds me of
なん
Wage,
じゃい、
actually.
どうしたい。
That bag with the hand. Which is a card in Greco.
変。見てよこれ、洗濯板が真っ二つに割れちまって、なんとか直してもらえないかね。
あははは、そりゃ傑作だ。お前さん、今年の怪力自慢大会にでも出たらどうだい。
Man, it's very difficult to break that.
バカなこと言ってるんじゃないよ。
おじいちゃんがいた頃はとても賑やかなお店だった。すごく繁盛してたわけじゃないけど活気に満ちていた。なんか商売してる時間よりも町のみんなの相談に乗ったり世間話をしたり子供たちと遊んだり、そういう時間の方がはるかに多かったように思う。おじいちゃんは本当にハルフェンが大好きで、だから町のみんなが集うこのお
The
店の
story is a
こ
lot
とに
little
大好
similar
きだ
to
ったん
like
だ。
Tsubasa Koano in Thunderland. I'm sorry, Mia.
必ず取り戻すんだ。そのためなら錬金術だろうが何だろうが使えるものは何でも使ってやる。お待たせー。
Again, all original music from the original Resleriana game.
いやー、ごめんごめん。昨日の夜楽しみすぎて眠れなくてさ、寝坊しちゃったよ。
自宅の前なのに遅刻できるなんて類まれなる才能だよ。
今日から堂々と遺跡探検できるんだね。楽しみ。
リアス、お前
Man,
もしかして
I
今
really
までの
missed
冒険者家業って
I'm so good.
全部こっそりやってたんだ。姉さんが心配性でさ、絶対許してくれなくて。
いかんな。リアスに万一のことでもあれば僕たちはこの町から追放されるだろう。永遠にね。
ああ、
さあ、時間がもったいない。早く遺跡に向かおう。
イエイ。
ああ、それと僕はこの頭脳に自らが持てる全ての能力を割いてるから頭脳労働以外は無理なんだ。
So you're not a fighter, huh?
というわけで2人とも道中は僕の護衛をよろしく頼むよ。
Battle. How to use items. Items you have synthesized can be equipped to characters from combat equipment. On the main menu, remember that an item cannot be used in battle if it is not equipped. For example, healing salves can be used during exploration to restore HP. First, equip them while in town, then While I'm exploring, open the consumable basket by pressing right. Resting. You can use your bed and mistletoe miscellaneous to pass time until day or night.
楽しみだな。ねえ、今日も新たな大発見あるかな。
さあな。まあ今日は時間もたっぷりありそうだし、腰を据えて調べよう。
これほどの規模の発見は近年では稀だからな。僕の頭脳も武者震いをしているようだ。
Only one gets to there's only one. What's the 4 for then? I thought 4 said like I have 4 of them. So there's. What is here? Oh, yeah. It's been quiet, so future. What about this? What is this? Why is there nothing here? It says there's something on the map. I'm just like, what is it? It is quite empty. Ah!
Nene, どうした？
A pretty stone!
そんなガラクタ持っていったら重くなるだろう。
Are you sure about that? A pretty stone.
ガラクタじゃないし。この石ちょっと他のと色が違うでしょ。なんとなく錬金術で使えそうかなって思って。
君の意気込みはわかるけど、その辺に落ちているものは大抵外れだ。錬金術といっても何でも使えるわけじゃないし、その見分けが君につくのか？
Yeah, because you can't see none.
その点はご心配なく。
Man, you should know everything about me now, even though you didn't care for it just a moment ago.
こう見えて私、うちのお店の手伝いをちゃんとやっていた有料児だったんだから。売り物を探して森をさまよったり、市場でいろんなものを目利きしたり。だからその点は自信あるんだ。
Okay.
錬金術だってその辺は同じだと思うんだよね。自分がいいって思ったものこそが正義なんだよ。
なるほどね。その技術と直感が本物であることを願っているよ。
Minimap exploration areas. Monsters roaming the search area and unopened treasure chests are indicated on the map. You can also see landmarks that will allow fast travel to use the icon. So use the icons as a guide to explore. A monster, normal. Monster, strong enemy. What? Yeah, treasure chest. That looks like a speech bubble when you don't look at it closely. The landmark. The bottom there. Exploration area map. You can fast travel to locations you've already been to once before. Open the area map with options or share, and then select where you want to go. Monsters around the field. Making contact with one will initiate combat. Hitting monsters with a strike using X will cause a first strike, granting you TP and allowing you to start the battle with an advantage. Moving close to a gathering spot will display the ingredients you are predicted to obtain. From there, swing using X to gather ingredients. Some gathering spots require you to have special tools to gather there. When a lock icon appears in the list of predicted items for a gathering spot, that means your gathering rank is too low. Try raising your gathering rank via the skill tree, as well as by synthesizing higher rank tools. Question mark in the list of predicted items indicates an ingredient you never gathered. Skill tree. I haven't seen that yet.
リアス、さっき売り物を探してさまよったと言ってたが、拾ったものを売ってたのか？
そうだけど、キノコとか山芋とか、あと綺麗な石や魚取って干物にしたりとか。
君は見かけによらず生存能力が高いね。山奥でも一人で生活していけそうだ。
見たことないやつだな。
新発見だよ。いいもの見つけた。
見たことないやつだな。
Can't get up there. No. It's not. Can't get up anything. Can't even get up on that. Can't even get up on that. So that I can possibly jump from it. Awful.
見たことないやつだな。見たことないやつだな。
新発見だよ。
interesting how this has changed.
新しい場所に来るとワクワクするね。
No, that's not where I want. We'll go down to the bottom room.
何が出るかな。新発見だよ。と
Is that fashion accessory? I don't really care about it. I can't get through here, right?
と
Not gonna be able to get through.
とあ、ここだよ。遺跡につながる横穴ができたところ。あの左側にある小さい穴が遺跡に通じてるんだ。
Well, I guess we got to the other side.
初めて来た時はびっくりしたな。まさかあんな大きいプニが
Now there are
転
also
がって
some
くる
enemies
と
that weren't
は。
here before.
見たことないやつだな。
どうしたの？
あそこにあるちょっと変わった壁のところ見に行ってもいいか？
Yeah, we couldn't access it.
やっぱりか。ここだけは他の壁と違って後で土か何かで埋められた場所だ。
なるほどね。だとするとこの先に空間がある可能性が高いわけだ。
ああ、この程度ならガイストコアの力を使えばなんとか砕けそうだ。試してみよう。
Your Geist Core can do it? Let's see. Spear Crusher. Some boulders can be destroyed by pouring power from slaves to Geist Cores. At first, you'll only be able to destroy boulders that respond to bolts. However, by meeting certain conditions, you'll become able to destroy other kinds of boulders. You become bolder and bolder as you go.
行くぞ。 おりゃ、そりゃ、そりゃ。いつも通りにやれば大丈夫だ。
When a party member's turn, press R2 to defeat the enemy. Battle end is successful. The character's turn is killed. Why are you thinking that? When a party member's turn, press R2 to switch the character back. So this is PC Radio TV. Character
弱点見っけ。私にやらせて。
He's like really strong.
前に出る。この一撃でそこだ。攻め時だ。
弱点見っけ。私にやらせて。
攻めるぞ。行くぞ。
やるじゃんスレイ。弱点見っけ。私にやらせて。
Weird how they have flee and switch in that order instead of what it should be, which is the other switch and flee. Because one is L, one is right. They made the right one on the left on the bottom two, and the right on the left one on the right. That's going to be confusing.
全一気に行こう。一気に行こう。
I don't know multi.
よし暴れますか。
You can press Y. Why? To use the item gem. I have some means to them using. Who will use the defense? Why? That's the formula. It's the amount of using. But why?
よし外さないんだから食らっちゃ
う。もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
え。よし外さないんだからチャンスきた。よしよっいい感じに勝利。
少し強くなれたみたいだ。
簡単に勝てたね。
I wanted to fight that, particularly to see if I could get any unique items from it. Because it's not something I've been fighting. And for some reason I've changed my...
それ。何が入ってるんだ？
新発見だよ。
何が入ってるんだ？
新発見だよ。
Hello, Tierney! It's good to see you again. It's been a while. Thank you for dropping in. I do appreciate you coming in, even if just for a few minutes. It's lovely to see you. I was worried that I might have done something to push you away last time, so I'm really glad that I get to see you again. I missed you. All the best. Yeah, I'm going to be playing... This is my first day playing Atelier Resleriana, so if you want to see more of that, then... You know, I'm going to be doing that for the next couple of weeks at least, probably. Maybe even more than that. I don't know, a month. I don't know how long it's going to take. But it's lovely to have you, and I hope all is well with you, and I hope you had a good summer. And, hello! And have a good sleep. Yeah, we just started. I'm still getting used to the controls and everything in the game. It's a little bit different, but there's also a lot of similarities to... I played the gacha version, like, last year. Don't worry, many of your streams are selling when I get sleep. No worries! I mean, I'm more than happy to hear what times would best suit you. Because, I mean, as any streamer would want to know, knowing when the viewers, like yourself, would prefer to see the stream, I'd love to know more. But, yeah, no, you're right, it is quite late right now. It's late for me, too. I'm probably going to end soon. But, yeah! Using certain items in the same target 2 or more times in a row during a multi-action will activate a powerful additional effect known as item mix. Certain items. Form a multi-action that's like a bomb from a factory. I don't know if we were allowed to equip our bomb yet. Because usually I was thinking like I can only equip that once I go back home, and I certainly didn't equip it in the meantime. Maybe they added it anyway. Did they add that? Unfortunately, I don't know how to make it work, but the controls you see for these actions are not from my PlayStation controller. I don't really know how to make it work from my controller. But whatever. Select bomb. I can't select the bomb.
Whoa! So it automatically added it. Because I thought it said that we had to do it.
Time looks good, kid. Good to kill. Nana, do the times and see you best. I'll just go one time. Yeah, I mean, I will do that regardless, but having the information in addition doesn't hurt. Simon said, keep. Yeah, kitties are adorable. They're like metal slimes in Dragon Quest. There can be metal versions of cuties as well. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. No item mix, explosion activated. Yeah. Different item mixes will activate depending on the combination item position. When you obtain a new item, try out different combinations in search of new item mix. I've been doing a lot of off-stream stuff as well. I need to try and get back into streaming more frequently. I've been addicted to a board game that I play online against real sweats called Agricola, and I've been playing a lot of Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. But I want to get more time to do things as well. Finding time to do everything is a bit tough. So if I know, you know, not just you, but like my friend Azure or other people, when or what they like, it just helps. But you know, no need. I'll do my best regardless. Yay, first! Welcome! Congrats!
Indeed, you are the first. And yes, I didn't turn on the I didn't turn on. Maybe I can turn it on now. The chat pontificator. I haven't been using it in a while, to be honest. Let's see if this works.
You're first! Congratulations! Lovely to have you.
Let's see if this works.
Hey, it works.
So now, if you type, if you want to, you can have your type be on the stream. I haven't used it in a while though. I did just beat AI Something Fast 3 last night. I enjoyed that. That was good. So we're starting this. This came out like a week ago. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here? I have 27 mana. Are you good against me? Weak to this. Okay. One more lotion. Yeah, precision guy.
弱点をつけそうだ。俺に任せてくれ。
Yay! We win!
Alright, let's level up. Now, I'm wondering why we're capped at level 4. Seems like we're capped. Yippee! What if that's level 6? What is the 4? I'm confused. This is the first day, so I'm still confused what that 4 means. So she's level 6, but the previous screen said something about 4. And I thought that was her level. Maybe not. I don't know, whatever. I'll figure it out eventually. Or if you figure it out first, let me know. Blue Puny Ball. So that's a new item we've now acquired. We should also take on this guy. Simply because even though there are weasels, and weasels can be really painful, especially for your own stun gauge. But we don't seem to have our own stun gauge yet. It'd be good to know what they deliver.
No way!
It is a new game. I'm just suggesting, like, sometimes something is a little more intuitive for one person than another. No preference. No. I'm sure I'll figure it out sooner or later.
この一撃でそこだ攻め時だ 前に出る 前に出る 正面突破だ
I need to remember to do guarding as well. 攻めるぞこの
一撃でああ攻め時だ
One more
前に
time,
出る
maybe that's good enough.
せい
Yeah, it's good.
もう敵はいないみた
The
い
way to keep this one good, I'm like, yeah. I love cute though. Because that's the funny thing you mentioned, Tinny, is you're right. This game has a lot of cute enemies included, just things in general. I honestly, as far as art style for games are concerned, nothing beats Gus Studios for me. I love Atelier games and their art style. They're my favorite art style. Then the Danganronpa, which is a lot more gruesome, but that art style and that kind of characters, that would be my second favorite. And then you're probably talking about like Vanillaware would be maybe my third favorite. I love cute. I always have. And I know, sad because this obviously is a business at the end of the day, and it does affect, you know, even I'm not able to play certain games because they weren't able to be successful enough as a business to continue, at least not in the capacity for me to use them. I mention that because this specific series has such a game. That it feels like most of the Western audience prefer ugly is beautiful, as I like to look at it, kind of aesthetics. Whereby, oh, look at that gruesome decapitated head, oh, isn't it cool? Or something utterly vile. And I feel like if you heard of Expedition 33, how big a splash that came in, I need to play that game so that I can kind of like know more about it, be able to talk more about the game, and also clarify my stance on it. But what I feel is that is a game that has many arguably relatively standard JRPG mechanics, whether it be from Paper Mario or Lost Odyssey or anything like that. But their art style was much more in the sense of like Dark Souls and Soulsborne in general and you know, things like that. They really don't appeal to someone like me, but appeal to a lot of like the Western audience. So you're right, they're all cute. I love it. Whereas what a lot of people seem to enjoy is arguably what isn't cute. And you know, that may make it easier to kill them because hey, well, I mean, although even here, like when you kill something, you don't viscerally see any gore or blood or anything horrid like that. It's just poof, you know, in a nice little thing. I like both, I guess. There's something to... I mean, you know, I can be tempted into scary, depending what it is. You know, like Danganronpa and its pink blood is pretty scary. Can be. But generally, yeah. Generally, I tend to avoid it. And most of the games that I play, I will tend to avoid it as well. But it's fair, you know, like, I mean, like what you like. It's just, that's what I feel kind of, I don't know, it's a shame when, I guess it's both sides, but it's a shame when certain art styles put people off from wanting to play something. And I think like a lot of the people who loved Expedition 33 didn't really find anything particularly special about the game. They were just willing to play it because it satisfies their aesthetic choice. Whereas if they played, you know, Atelier and you know, Octopath and Etrian Odyssey or whatever it may be, a lot of other JRPGs, they might find that there's actually a lot of games that have done really cool stuff that might be appealing in the gameplay aspect. Because at least from the little that I watched with Expedition 33, okay, you had like, even this game has it, precision guard moments and correct times to press a button, interactive things like that. But that is old hat. That is like really common. There's a lot of games that have that kind of thing. And to think it's like some sort of like new invention of the wheel, like the audience seems to have taken to it, like, oh, this is definitely GOTY because, oh, they've done it so right. But it really is them not appreciating that they just wanted something in that aesthetic. That's how I see it. So it's like, yeah. It's just usually not my cup of tea. Like, I feel like another thing, right? Between the Western levels of taboo
versus Japanese levels of taboo.
見たことないやつだな。
I'm a dude, so I apologize if I'm infringing or anything. But ultimately, I think the levels of taboo on violence in the West isn't high enough. And the levels of taboo on sex is too high. And I feel like Japan and Japanese content tends to be far more in line with how I feel than, and often I play Japanese, JRPGs like this. Although, From Software is a Japanese company too. There's the top of that. Satiates that better for me. And, ultimately I look at it like this. Sex and things related to that, on its surface, in a vacuum, without anything else, is a not only good thing, but is essential for life. It's literally how we procreate and stay alive as a species. It's vital to our survival.
Kind of agree on that. For Japanese horror is also more gruesome than Western. Fair enough. I will have to consult to you and people who know more about that. I mean, I've heard of what's it called? Fatal Frame and things. But I don't know enough of that because I tend to stay away from it because it's not my kind of thing. So I'll have to, what's the word? Secede to your superior knowledge. But how I see it generally, whether or not it applies how I think it does or not, in terms of what other people in other countries and other cultures do, is sex is ultimately a healthy, good thing. Yes, it is horrid when it's abused, rape, and sexual abuse and pedophilia, and all these things are absolutely abhorrent, disgusting, horrible. But then again, like anything, good or bad, it can be abused. Water can be abused, right? Because you can drown, or like a tsunami, like that thing that happened many years ago that killed 150,000 people. That was water. Water, our source of life, right? It's a good thing, but it can be abused. Sex is like that in a way, if you will, whereby, okay, it can be abused horribly, and human behavior can be absolutely rotten with it, but ultimately it is absolutely essential and good, an inherently good thing. And that's how I see it. Like, I appreciate and value it as a good thing that sadly has bad cases. Whereas violence, okay, there are some important times for violence. There's self-defense, there's hunting, there's, moments where violence is important and useful. But in a lot of cases, it's either a necessary evil or worse, whereby it's just, downright criminal in some cases, or just unpleasant and mean and abusive and whatever. I find my general appreciation of violence is a lot lower in terms of what is useful. Because even if you can't hunt an animal, you can still forage for berries. Back in the day, or even today. And I just feel like the Western culture seems to love violence. Like, oh yeah, violence all over the place. Yeah, I know those aren't real, but I still feel true. That is definitely a valid thing to say. But I do feel it always makes me wonder, why does someone justify, anyone, not you, anyone, justify something based on grounds of it not being real? Of course, there's the obvious that, it's not hurting anyone directly. But it makes me wonder, what is it that appeals to someone that is inherently not nice, but they need it represented to them and satiated to them in a way that doesn't actually harm people? To me, I think there's a psychosis issue here when it comes to enjoying something like that. Oh, definitely. I love psychological horror. But often things that are psychological, or even jump scares, don't really affect me in the same way. They can do, especially if I'm involved. But a lot of the time,
it's like whatever to me. Jump scares. Like I often, especially if I'm watching somebody else go through the jump scare, like them playing the game and I'm just watching, I don't tend to feel reactions to that. It kind of like just washes over me like that's bad. But psychological horror I do get to enjoy it a lot more because I'm not as affronted by it. I'm not as repulsed by it. But yeah. But I definitely feel like there's something there, like it makes me wonder why someone would enjoy violence. And I don't think the West really looks at that as much as they should. I think, you know, the reason why we have the world we do maybe in line with looking at that a little more. Yay, back in the lab. Anyway, something about it.
これが噂の錬金釜か。
Because then you hear stories in the news of real violence, and a lot of the time it just washes over people's heads. They don't even really care. It doesn't affect them. It's not directly involved with them, and it's whatever. And I think that desensitization is in part because they've already kind of satiated that to a point of desensitization with these forms of entertainment that have given them all the violence cravings they could ask for. You know? And if they didn't yield to that so much, maybe those situations and issues would register more in people's minds and be more serious like they should be.
Oi.
I mean, this is quite deep stuff, of course. But, you know, I do like having deep conversations too. But then Atelier!
これって。
なるほど。この辺が力場になっているということか。スレイ、そこにガイストコアを近づけてみてくれ。
あ
あ。I hope you have a good sleep. Deep conversations, yay!
It's lovely to speak to you, Tini. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure having you aboard. It's made the stream a lot more enjoyable. Always love talking to you, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Bye bye! Have a good one!
こ
You
れが
too!
何かと
Have a
聞
good
かれ
sleep!
たならば、
Hope it's
エ
refreshing!
レン様が教えてしんぜよ。これこそが太古の昔、流星を誇った錬金術が作り出した移動手段、悪空の道だ。
悪空の道。
多分ね。
おい。
さすがの僕も稼働する本物を見るのは初めてだ。確率としては 70% を超えるが保証はしかねるよ。
そもそも悪空の道って何？
別の地とつながることができるゲートとのことだが、僕にも詳しいことはわからない。お、そうだ。
Sona? Oh, she's reading books to get advice on how to use it.
やはりあった。おそらくこの本の中に。
え？これって。
Well, this is her who explains the understanding of these books.
ああ、やはり。完全には一致しないが、これは間違いなくランターナ王国建国よりはるか昔に存在していた文字。まだ大陸が統一されておらず、地方ごとに微妙に表記が違っていて、これも僕が知ってる文字とは少し違う。けれども、これくらいの差なら問題ない。十分解読は可能だよ。
I love how much of the music I read was from the original.
何かわかりそうか。
やはりそうだ。いろいろなことが分かったよ。あの渦こそが悪空の道であり、古代の人々はあの渦に入ることで遠い場所へ移動したとある。
This is basically explaining
渦は設計する
the
際
story
に
version of
つながる
the
先と
fast
対にして作るそうだ。すなわち渦ごとに行き先は1対1で固定されてる。
じゃあ、あの渦はどことつながってる？
それはわからない。この文献は理論書のようだし、具
This
体
might
的
be
な施
how
工
we
につ
unlock
いては
shrines
書か
if
れ
we
て
do
な
the
い。
same sort of thing we used to do in New.
さあ、どうするスレイ。この書と僕の解読を信じるなら、あの渦に踏み込めばたちまち遠い世界へひとっ飛びだ。けれどもどこにたどり着くのかもわからないし、命の保証もない。それでも入る勇気はあるかい？
もちろん答えは一つしかない。父さんが息を引き取る時に言っていた言葉、鍵を使い本を守れ。この腕輪が鍵だとするなら、この鍵で開いた扉の先こそ本を守る上で重要な場所なんだろう。だから俺は、
いい答えだ。
Unlocked Evermaze Forest. So the Evermaze Forest is through here, I guess. This is the music they use for the tower.
いいかい？
The elemental
大事な
tower.
ことだからもう一度言うけど、この渦に入った後どこへ向かうのかもわからないし、命の保証もない。それでも行くんだね。
ああ、もちろんだ。
That might
Yes.
happen later. Or they
お
might
前
not
は
get
無理し
that.
なくてもいいんだぞ。ここで待ってても、家に帰っても
This music's really cool. When you speak to Roland in the OG version to do the elemental tower stuff, which is like the harder fights in the harder, arguably, usually than the story mode. But the story can get pretty difficult. So, man, I really wish I could play the gacha. Such a great game. And the part I was thinking about hasn't come yet. Maybe they don't have it in this version.
は？行くに決まってるじゃん。こんな面白そうな機会逃すわけがない。私さ、
I
こ
don't
ん
think
な
this is
に
the
ワクワ
exact
ク
same
してる
version, because it
の生
doesn't
ま
have
れ
the
て
part I
初めてかも。
Trying to-
それじゃあエル、行ってくる。
But it is the same.
ここのことよろしくね。
二人とも無事に帰ってこいよ。
See you around. What are you looking at? It's an alien place. We already talked about it. This looks a lot more like the Yumiya's first region.
こんな世界ってやばすぎる。
You just want some
私
hacking.
夢を見てる？スレイ、ほつなってみて。
できるか。ここは紛れもない現実だ。普通に歩けるし、重くも
Is this
軽くも
mana
ないな。
dense areas?
さあ、リアス、行こ
Because in Yumiya, your progression was locked off by being able to regulate and reduce the amount of mana density in each of the areas you're trying to get to. So when you were trying to unlock new areas, new regions that you couldn't get through normally, your strength would be depleted as you do. You would be venturing into the relative unknown, finding the source of the mana, and then, like switching it off, so that it wouldn't be so dense anymore. Because the heavy amount of the mana was having a damaging effect on anyone living there. So only certain people could live in certain places who could actually tolerate that kind of mana density. And this place does look fairly heavy on the mana. They could be doing that again if they did. Exploration dimensional paths. Dimensional paths are areas in which the layout, including the distribution of gravering spots, will change every time you enter. Oh. Does that mean this is a preset initial entry, or is this unique to my playthrough? Head for the portal that leads to the next level. This is procedurally generated dungeon stuff. Interesting. Kind of. But perhaps that's how we do it. Dimensional paths have 3 difficulties: easy, medium, and hard. Use the ingredients you gather while exploring the size and help prepare yourself for each difficulty. Once you have cleared a dimensional path, you'll be able to return to the Atelier from it at any time. The ones you haven't cleared, you can only exit using the dimensional gates located on the lowest floor of each difficulty. Proceed with caution.
すごい。あちこちキラキラしてる。
キラキラしてる。錬金釜と同じで光ってるってことか。
Oh, yeah, like same one.
そうだよ。いろんなところが宝石箱みたい
Like I
に。
say, this looks mono heavy.
ねえスレイ、あれなんだろう。
So it is kind of similar to
みたいなのが木を張っ
but
て
they're
るの。
not having an adverse effect to where
あれなら俺にも見える。周りにも似てるし、これも何か関係あるのか。見たことないやつだな。
You can try fighting this shield. People are annoying enemies.
いつも通りにやれば大丈夫だ。
弱点見っけ。私にやらせて。
Why are they supercharged enemies? That's kind of the case in
前に出る。
weak to air and fire. Neutral on the Does that mean I should item? That bomb wasn't properly equipped. It's only equipped to have the air. I didn't equip it myself. But then when I saw it was equipped, I was like, oh, did they equip it for me? That's not actually what happened. They just made sure that you had access to it. Alright.
一気に行こう。前に出る。正面突破だ。そこだ。見えた。力が湧いてくる。
ねえ、あいつそろそろ限界なんじゃない？
前に出る。この一撃で。ああ。攻め時だ。手数で攻められそうだ。
弱点見っけ。私にやらせて。
一気に行こう。
始めよう。
切り開く。そこだ。
食らっちゃえ。いい感じに勝利。
See what I mean? Like level 6, next one.
ここの魔物ってさ、なんかグネグネした模様？あれ何？
言いたいことはわかるが、もう少しなんとかならない。
いいでしょ別に伝わるんだし。
とはいえ、俺に聞かれてもな。ここが普通じゃないのはわかるが。
なあ、どうせならプニプニ玉みたいに可愛いのが浮いてたら持ち帰るのにな。
持ち帰る。プニプニ玉ってあのプニプニ玉のことか。
I don't necessarily want to get into unnecessary battles. But at the same time, I want to fight every new enemy once.
いつも通りにやれば大丈夫だ。
弱点見っけ。私にやらせて。
攻めるぞ。
This is weak to it. Just kill it all.
正面突破だ。そこだ。 えた見えた。
ねえ、あいつそろそろ限界なんじゃない？
攻めるぞ。行くぞ。こんなところか。見えた。前に出る。この一撃で。ああ。
ねえ、あいつそろそろ限界なんじゃない？
せい。見えた。
ねえ、あいつそろそろ限界なんじゃない？
この一撃で。そこだ。攻め時だ。攻めるぞ。正面突破だ。そこだ。ここだ。
ねえ、あいつそろそろ限界なんじゃない？
攻めるぞ。行くぞ。
That was tough.
もう敵はいないみたいだな。
And again, are we not allowed to level more than once? Per time that we fight?
少し強くなれたみたいだ。
What was that 6 versus this 8 or the 7? They say level 6 and then here they say level 7?
強くなるっていいもんだよね。
That's so funny when she like high fives the air and makes it collapse.
新発見だよ。
You got new stuff. New discovery. We're fighting more. Yeah, that does. That is weird. Oh, that's how you do that? Okay. I can't equip that. Other skill tree. On the skill tree, you can strengthen each character's abilities by spending skill points, SP. SP can be obtained from battles and quests and is shared among your party members. Whether you focus on certain characters or try to grow everyone's abilities at the same pace is up to you. Strengthen the character's usage there. I'm so confused. You have 400 SP. Boost speed based on remaining item usage. Fewer users remaining good. Boost character dex by 7. Gales. Continue playing Reason Slate still. This is going to be locked up. Brilliant shit. Talents rather than saying these items power between us. Max AP by 10. Adds one additional strike to normal attacks. Advances the time card of the next ally in the turn order to immediately after this. So it brings them next to her in the head. Okay, that's pretty useful. So if you got like say her an enemy and then Slade. This will make Slade then go ahead of that enemy. We'll bring it to after her. As additional slot for equipping items. Increases item uses by 2, but decreases power by 50. Synthesize Azure Cane. There seems to be a permanent change to her ability to use items, rather than being able to just choose certain items. Rank of ingredients gathered. Boost item power and recovery based on the number of turns spent in the front row. This effect is reset when you move to the back. Deals air damage to all enemies, reduces target defense by 10%, and increases the duration of the debuff effect by 1. Also stage by turn. Cannot exceed initial value? Oh, okay. The AoE is nice. But still, what I wanted to do was use the healing salve to heal my guy. Like, right now in exploration, before I go into another fight. On the party menu, you can change the placement of your characters as well as view their stats in detail. Edit party, remove from party, view stats. Front row, characters in the front row participate when a battle starts. Back row can switch to party members in the front row. Reserve do not participate. Oh. They don't naturally do that for you. That's why I only had one person. Well, I'm using it now. I was not aware that I had to do that. I know most ateliers have 3 people in a party, but I was like, okay, maybe this one's different. No, it's just doing that. Okay. So we got that sorted. That's good. How do I use this? Now. Can I? What is that thing to the right? With the question mark. Well, at least we're stronger now because we have both people. But I can only heal in battle?
これも拾っておこうか。
I guess that is the whole dungeon. It's hard to tell.
この場所にはどんな魔物がいるのやら。何かいる。
That's one of the golems. This is the kind of the area I've never seen before. Oh, it's these small guys.
まずい。このままでは我々の部隊は全滅だ。
Red, green, and blue.
戦 隊長、どうすれば。お前たち忘れたのか？こういう時は最終奥義。
These do look funny.
死んだふりだ。
Huh?
そうだった。さすが隊長。何あの子たち。
More adorable, guys.
可愛いんだけど。
そんなこと言ってる場合か。あのままだと魔物にやられるぞ。
そんなの見てられないよ。行こう、スレイ。
おい
Here we go.
たく正々堂
I
々
wanted to
勝
heal.
負だ。
こんなところで負けてられないからね。よし。
8 to 5. What's this physical?
任せて。
We go back to full health. Okay.
よし。外さないんだから。食らっちゃえ。
We should use our bomb. We don't have a bomb.
前に出る。攻めるぞ。攻めるぞ。せい。よっ。ここだ。
突撃。外さないんだから。食らっちゃえ。
力が湧いてくる。前に出る。せい。よっ。
突撃。
What? Where did that second attack come from?
任せて。これで一安心。
攻めるぞ。この一撃でそこだ。ここだ。
よし。外さないんだから。食らっちゃえ。
前に出る。この一撃ではあ。
任せて。これで一安心。
立て直さないとな。
I blocked. Luckily, I was this way.
前に出る。この一撃でそこだ。
体が軽い。任せて。もう大丈夫だよ。
助かるよ。攻めるぞ。前に出る。前に出る。この一撃ではあ。
Right.
よし外さないんだから食らっちゃ
調子が悪いみたいだ。
Bloody hell.
前に出る。
We're just about to lose.
この一撃で。ああ。
えよしたたたよしここは思いっきり食らっちゃ
立て直さないとな。
And he's gonna heal, and I can't move.
攻めるぞ。
He's gonna heal, and I can't stop him. We're fucking dead. I couldn't do much. I don't have the item
攻める
equipped.
ぞ。行くぞ。
えよしここは思いっきり食らっちゃ
No.
すまない。
Ah! We could do that, but we were so close to winning that. That's insane how close we were to winning that. Again.
頼もしいな。
That was sick.
無理はしないでくれよ。
We were so close to winning that. Are you kidding me? That's so unfair.
突撃外さ
We
ない
were
んだから
ridiculously close to winning. We just needed a little more. And we could never break his stun game, dude.
前に出る。正面突破だ。ああ。
突撃ここは思いっきり食らっちゃ
力が湧いてくる。
This is so shitty that our first loss so early is because the tiniest fucking fraction we couldn't do the final little bit of damage. Like really? So shit.
攻めるぞ。正面突破だ。そこだ。
Most of the game hasn't explained itself properly. Like, it makes it sound like I have the thing equipped because it gave it to me when I had that one instant fight with the bombs. But I know now I have to equip the bombs manually, and I don't even know if I can equip the bombs even during exploration or not. I don't know.
よしここは思い
Of
っ
course,
き
we
り
were really unlucky with having the red stuff go on us as well, and I have nothing to be able to really change. I've tried looking. I had no way of being able to change the turn order whatsoever, so we just got what we got, and it sucked.
攻めるぞ。行くぞ。
Here I'm trying to heal, or trying to block, and I can't
行
block.
くよ今が使い時
助かるよ。前に出る。正面突破だ。ああ。見えた。
Now I
任せて今が使い時
助かるよ。攻めるぞ。前に出る。正面突破だ。
Now you
Go down.
I can't stop him getting that green.
ここだ。
よし任せてこれを使うよ
助かるよ。見えた。前に出る。この一撃で。そこだ。
よし任せて待っててよかったよしよし外さないん
前に出る。さあよっ、ここだ。
突撃。ここは思いっきり食らっちゃえ。
倒れるわけには。前に出る。正面突破だ。そこだ。
Seemed cool on the first try, but of course it
もう敵はいないみたいだな。少し強くなれたみたいだ。
まだまだ私の成長は止まらないよ。
Like, yeah, I would have needed the bomb, that would have helped a lot, but I don't know if I can even equip it.
助かったよ。
Or if I
あ
have
い
to
つ
go
を
back
倒してくれ
to
て
the
ありがと
Atelier.
う。おかげでオイラたち天に召されずに済みました。でも見ない顔。用心用心。かわいい。
They were floating the
ち
whole
っちゃい
time.
子たちが浮かんでる。 ちっちゃいことは失敬な。
How rude. You should be grateful that you're alive.
僕たちを誰だと思っているのだ。泣く子も黙り、魔物もメロメロ。悪空の道のプリチーマスコット妖精族なのです。
いや、ついさっきまでその魔物に思いっきり襲われてたわけだが。
Charm failed.
いいのいいの、そんな細かいこと気にしない。可愛いは正義、可愛いは世界を救う。
No, I don't.
分かってくれて嬉しいよ。俺っちはポック、よろしくな。
Yorushka. An energetic and somewhat rough-spoken fairy, nevertheless he's very friendly.
改めましてルクルと申します。妖精族唯一の頭脳派妖精です。
Are they all voiced by the same woman? Ruku, a serious and hard-working fairy, Poco and Bonbon, presumably Bonbon's the blue one, affectionately referred to as Cat.
僕はボネボネだよ。
Bye, bye,
ところでお姉さんたちは一体どこから？
An extraordinarily easygoing fairy, though lazy, he's not completely against working with the others.
そうですよ。この悪空の道はもうはるか昔に封印されていて、人っ子一人入れないはずなのに。そうなんだよね。やっぱり中の人たちもびっくりしちゃうか。実は私たちその封印を解いてここに来たんだ。
そう、この腕輪ガイストコアを使ってな。俺はこの腕輪の秘密を求めてきたんだ。お前たち。
悪空の道の封印を解いただって。ということは僕たちここから出られるってことです。
Yeah.
イエーイ。もうずっとここで暮らしてて、いよいよここにも飽きてきたところなんだ。お姉さん、オイラたちをここから連れ出してください。いいの？妖精さんお持ち帰りしちゃって本当に？
ああ、いいんじゃないか。本人たちがそう言ってるんだし。
Awfully accepted.
やったー！おいでみんな。はい。脱出だー！用心しながらついていく。そうと決まればどんどん行くわよ。すごい賑やかになった。
やれやれ。
Dim Path Star Pals. Interesting. While exploring dimensional paths, you may obtain a star pearl from treasure chests or enemies. These rare items have a set effect based on their type as well as a random trait. Try and find super strong. Is it a geomagnetic pearl? Or pole, I should say?
あ、スレイ待て。行こう、ルクル、ボック、ボネボネ。また空の道だ。それも2
Geomagnetic
つ。
pole.
あの空の道は。
Could you explain?
落ち着け、落ち着くんだ、ボック。どうしたのみんな。あの悪の道は僕たちにとってトラウマなんだ。
何かあったのか。
オイラたち一度だけ入ったことがあるのですが、とてつもなく強い魔物がうようよと。思い出すだけで泣いちゃうぜ。よーしよし、大丈夫だよ。教えてくれてありがとう。
We're gonna go there later when you're not around.
ならあっちの悪の道はどうなんだ。
あれは知らない悪の道ですね。前に来た時はありませんでした。じゃあ最近できたばっかりってこ
It was
と？
created when we arrived.
まあいい。悪の道は後回しだ。まずはこの台座を
Be
調べた
careful,
い。
this might be a trap or something.
この模様。
何？どうしたの？
やはり同じ模様だ。
5 star or 5 whatever you call that. 5 point star leaf.
うわ、本当だ。何その本？どこで見つけたの？
Do you want to put the book on top of the pedestal and do something?
これも父さんの形見の一つさ。肝心の中身は真っ白だが。
Maybe they, become visible or filled once you put the book on the pedestal.
鍵を使い本を守れ。本ってこれのことだよな。この台座と本に一体何の関係が。
Well,
あれ？これって
didn't that hurt?
とりあえずさ、台座に本を置いてみたらいいん
Is
じゃない
someone
かな。
speaking through you or some nonsense?
そうだな。なんだこれは。
これは繋がったな。
You know that, and now you're dancing.
なんて緻密なんだ。
It's like you're almost possessed. You don't even want to be dancing. It's like.
つながった。
うん、私にもわかるよ。そのおかげでなんとなくだけど おかしくなってた力の流れが正常に戻った気がする。
Technical difficulty.
なんだそれは。どういう意味？リアス、お前その目。
目がどうか
They're
したの？
just so beautiful in this dazzling splendor. Oh, come hug me. What?
いや、なんでもない。気のせいか。だが確かにさっきより。
Because he could have turned that into like some sort of like pickup. No. She has some strange power.
これは本に文字が。
Can you read it though, or do you need the archaeologist?
え、そこ驚くところ？普通本には文字が書かれてるもんでしょう。
Did you not remember what he said before about it being blank?
さっき言っただろう。この本は少なくとも父さんから受け取った時は全部白紙だった。それが今は文字が書かれているんだ。
本当だ。後ろの方は全部真っ白。
Gotta go to the other pedestals, I guess.
しかしまた古代文字だな。戻ったらエルに見てもらうしかないか。
Get the archaeologist back.
ねえねえ、俺っちたちいつまでお姉さんたちのイチャイチャを見ていればいいのさ。
Excuse me? You want to go in that other dimensional path?
はいはい。大人にはいろいろと考えることがあるの。それと僕はあの悪空の道に行ってもいいのよ。
Yeah.
まあまあ、でも実際問題としてこれからどうするんですか？
妖精たちが怯えてる方はともかく、こっちの新しい方に入るかどう
It leads
か
back home.
だな。
Other Slade's book. You can confirm the contents of Slade's book under guide on the main menu. Furthermore, as the story progresses, you'll be able to read the text at L as the side read. Okay. And there's a treasure chest. This is one of those things they were talking about earlier, the pearls.
何が出るかな？
これはすごいな。
Crimson Virid. Because this is, you know, procedures. We can't use it. So not being able to return doesn't really do anything. I don't think I care too much. Doesn't seem like that's relevant. Excuse me. Dim path, gold and silver peony.
ここは外に出られたんだよね。
ああ、おそらくな。だがどの辺りに出たのかはわからん。
何にしてもすごく綺麗なところだね。空気もひんやりしていておいしい。
おいしい。
本当に外に出られたぞ。
Yay!
なんて興味深い世界なんだ。オイラは感無量です。ほら、勝手に行動しないの。ボネボネ、戻ってきなさい。
He's not a fly. Well, he's attracted to light. So I'm gonna die for getting close.
いい？ここから先は何があるかわからないんだよ。単独行動はしない。
おやつを買いたいときは
What do you
どう
eat
すればい
anyway?
い？
I don't see any vendors anywhere near here, but like, what do you even eat?
禁止。では、樹木の生態を調べたいときはどうすればよいでしょうか？それは目の届くところにいてくれれば OK。
なんというか思いのほか様になって
She
る。
always wanted to be a mother, apparently. Maybe that's, I don't know. Is that all women? Probably not. I can't tell. Ah, why are we here? Do we want to fight that? When do I get to say?
Hmm. 俺たちが力を合わせれば勝てるさ。
よし、よっ、はっ、平気だよ。
攻めるぞ。せい。
体が軽い。よし。
What is this?
よし。よっ。はっ。
攻めるぞ。行くぞ。もう敵はいないみたいだな。
新発見だよ。
See, we get something new from fighting something new. It's not quite actually an Odyssey levels, but it's close enough.
見たことないやつだな。
There's a lot of enemies here. Oh,
見たことないやつだな。
night and day changes. Like, I do kind of want to head back.
Now はどうにもできないかな。
That.
今はどうにもできないかな。 よっ。はあ。よっ。新発見だよ。
Cotton grass. Ah.
あれ？誰かいる？よかった。ここ こにいるの私たちだけじゃないみたいだよ。
おい、ちょっと待て。まったく仕方ないな。
You should start to get a sense of when she's going to do that so that you can act beforehand. I know this girl, I just forget who she is. This is new music. This was not in the OG. I remember.
こんにちは。ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけどいいかな。
Although it could just be music from the original version of what this girl is. I forget her name.
おい、リアス。唐突にそんな聞き方したら失礼だろ。
いいえ、構いませんよ。でもそんなに慌ててどうしたんですか？実は私たち道に迷っちゃって、今ここがどこなのか教えてほしいっていうか。なんだ、そんなことですか。ここはクワ州にある安らぎの庭園ですよ。え、クワ州？
Not far away.
ってどこ？
You know none.
グア州ってのは王国北東に位置する
Oh,
州だ。
10-day ride.
アルフェンからだと
That is
馬
far
に乗
away.
っても10日はかかる。
そんなに遠いところに？信じられない。
これが悪空の道の力なのか。
教えてくれてありがとう。私はアーシャって言います。
Atelier Aisha.
アーシャ・アルテール。
Altuve. I never knew her surname before. She's also in the Gacha OG version of Aisha. Atelier Aisha. As is a lot of ones like Iris and stuff. Rorona. That's the girl that was in the shop young riser. Who baked the pies in there. But she was in my party. Not Aisha. Aisha was not in my party. Yeah. She's one of the older characters in the series. Like, she's been around for longer. And the thing is, this music, since it seems to be her theme, might well be an old tune I don't know. Like from the original Atelier Aisha. Aisha Altugo, a quiet and gentle young lady, she is an exceptional apothecary whose skills have earned her a job in the royal palace.
アーシャさんね。私はリアス。こっちはスレイで、後ろにいるのはルクルとポックとボネボネ。皆さん、よろしくお願いします。とても賑やかで楽しそうでいいですね。私はもう3日も誰とも会っていませんでしたから、今とっても新鮮な気分です。え？いや3日？もしかして3日もここにいるの？はい、私薬師なんですけど、ある人に薬の調合を頼まれて、その素材を探しにここに来てるんです。
Twitch gave me a message.
その人は急いで取ってきてほしいって言ってたので、きっと今も待ってるんじゃないかなって。
I get a little too tired for that, guy.
だから私今とっても焦ってるんです。
そうなのか。焦ってるのか。
はい、そうなんです。分かった、私たちが素材探すの手伝ってあげる。いいんですか？
ここで会ったのも何かの縁だしな。事情を聞いたら追っても置けないだろう。
それで探してる素材ってどんなの？
Yeah, you don't even know what you're in for.
フラジールという白く美しい花です。釣り鐘型の花をつけるので見分けはつきやすいかと。了解。白くて綺麗で特徴的な花ね。待ってて、すぐに探してくるから。
Exploration delivering items. At times, people you meet in town or exploration areas will give you a quest to bring them certain items. Delivering items will cause them to disappear from your stock. So be careful when choosing what to deliver.
新発見だよ。
New thing. Oh. So why don't I have the bomb that I'm supposed to have? I don't understand.
Saate, 始めますか。
ああ、俺たちが力を合わせれば勝てるさ。
突撃。突撃。
Can't get rid of that AP up and get myself.
よし。ここは思いっきり食らっちゃえ。
前に出る。この一撃で。ああ。
突撃。ここは思いっきり。チャンスきた。
攻めるぞ。この一撃で。ああ。もう敵はいないみたいだな。
新発見だよ。
Green, pink, green, blue. That's again new. The pink.
よっ。は
Can't take this here. Can't take that either.
Ah.
見たことないやつだな。
You did the quest. At least we found the thing.
今はどうにもできないかな。
I don't want to fight them. That's what the ghosts.
これも拾っておこうか。
新発見だよ。
いつも通りにやれば大丈夫だ。
私たちに勝てると思わないでね。よし。
Again, I can't change anything.
攻めるぞ。この一撃でそこだ。攻め時だ。
体が軽い突撃。ここは思いっきり食らっちゃえ。
力が湧いてくる。攻めるぞ。攻めるぞ。行くぞ。
やっちゃったな。突撃。ここは思いっきり食らっちゃえ。いい感じに勝利。強くなるってい
If
い
you
もん
level
だ
up,
よ
can
ね。
you get back to full health?
新発見だよ。と
見たことないやつだな。
町の復興のためにどんどん頑張るよ。よっよっ。
お、何か見つけたぞ。
何が出るかな。
見たこと
Never
ない
mind.
やつだな。
Well, they both can one. Nice. I wish I could heal. That would be very helpful. How do we leave this place? I don't know. Beautiful white flower to laugh and then bullshit flowers on the music.
おかげで想定よりも早く必要な数が揃いました。役に立ててよかったよ。私も最近錬金術の素材集めを始めてさ、だから早く探せるように。錬金術？ミヤさん、今錬金術って言いましたか？うん、言ったけど。
アーシャさん、錬金術を知ってるんですか？
知ってるも何も、私錬金術師ですから。
That's why you're an apostle.
錬金術師？
ね。
ちょっと、錬金術が失われた技術だったのは何だったのよ。
少なくともハルフェン周辺ではそのはずなんだが、もし差し支えなければアーシャさんがどこで錬金術を知ったのか教えてもらえませんか？
はい、いいですよ。ただ信じてもらえるかどうか。 大丈夫、もう何を言われても信じるから。
私実はこの世界の人間じゃないんです。異邦人って言ったらわかりますか？
異邦人って何？
異邦人は別の世界からやってきた人たちのことだ。俺も初めて会った。
そうです。私はもともとこことは違う世界で錬金術師をしていて、主に薬を作って暮らしてました。でもある日、気づいたらこの世界に迷い込んでたんです。それからは本当にいろいろありまして、今ではオートで薬師としてお店を持ってるんですよ。ほう。私の体に何かついてますか？もしかしてさっき食べてたパイが口の周りに？
いえ、そういうわけではないんですが。
ちょっとスレイ、そんなジロジロ見たら失礼じゃない。
お前だって見てただろ。
お二人ともとっても仲良しなんですね。
いやー、そうでもないない。そもそもまだ出会って数日だよ。
そうなんですか？でもまるでずっと昔からお互いのことを知ってるように見えます。とっても羨ましいです。
そうか。
私も元の世界にお友達がたくさんいて、だからちょっと懐かしい気持ちになりました。改めましてお手伝いいただきありがとうございました。
I don't want to like go on a break to pee and then come back because I don't want to continue straight from Russia.
これでオートに帰って薬の調合を始められます。
But I would like to be able to leave this place.
あ、そっ
I
か。
want to be able to say it.
これから調合
I
か。
know what's going on.
そうだよね。調合頑張ってね。
あ、そうだ。皆さん、
Yes, please.
よければ今から私の家に遊びに来ませんか？
は？
今回のお礼もしたいですし、ぜひお茶でも。
Cheyenne?
私たち。
ありがとうございます。ですが実は俺たちも急ぎ
No,
の
I
用事の
we
最
really
中で
need
し
to
た。
leave.
そうだったんですね。そんな中お手伝いいただきありがとうございました。
I'd have happily taken you to give me the way out of this place.
それじゃあ、もしオートにいらっしゃることがあれば、その時はぜひ遊びに来てください。
その時は絶対にやるよ。
Even though we don't know what our story is.
アーシャさん、ちょっと変わった人だったね。
異邦人だからな。別世界の人間を見るのは初めてだが、俺たちとはちょっと気質が違うのかもしれない。
そうだね。でも可愛い人だったな。また会えるといいな。おーい、ルクル、ボック、ボネボネ、そろそろ行くよ。はーい。
Exploration, traveling to Atelier. Press that to open the area map and then X to travel to Atelier. Thank God. Thank you.
まだ行ったことない場所みたいだ。
Where? Ah.
まだ行ったことない場所みたいだ。アトリエに戻るのか？
Yes, please. Oh, of course, never cutscene. Why not?
ただいまー。戻ってきたー。あー、ここがお姉さんのアトリエですか。
すごい楽しそうなものがいっぱい。 お、
Electronic
二
pie.
人とも無事で帰ってきたね。
An
よ
email,
かっ
but
た
in
よかっ
pie.
た。お、なんだ二人とも子供まで作ってきちゃったのかい。ずいぶんと気が早いな。
こっちが死ぬ思いで戻ってくれば一言目がそれか。
この子たちは妖精さんだよ。架空の道に住んでたんだ。こっちからルクールにポ
How
ッ
enough
プ、
managed
それ
to
から
get to
ボ
the
ネ
same
ボネ。
place as them if we're not supposed to be able to get there again and again?
架空の道の住人だって。実に興味深いね。後でいろいろ話を聞かせてくれ。
Pick their brain, huh?
お姉さん、お姉さん、アトリエの中いろいろ見て回っていいですか。いいけど触ったりするのはダメだよ。私もまだよく分かってないし。はい。あ、俺っちも。
ところでエル、アトリエで何があったんだ？見慣れない光の筋ができているんだが。
Yes. It generated when you left the dimensional portal.
ああ、これね。君たちが行ってからほどなくして突然光り始めたんだ。おそらく君たちの取った何らかの行動がこのアトリエにも影響を及ぼしたんだろう。
Connecting the room.
ねえ、これマナだよ。マナの光だ。きっとあの時だよ、スレイ。ほら、繋がった時。あの時ここの流れが正常に戻って。ああ、錬金釜が。すっごい光ってる。マナでいっぱいだ。これならまた錬金術ができるよ。
今回は俺にも見える。これがマナの光なのか。
これでもう確定したようなものだろう。ここは間違いなく古代の錬金術師のアトリエだ。ね
え、エル、スレイ、私また錬金術の調合をやってみたい。いいね。僕もぜひこの目で実際に調合
Can
し
I
てる
please
ところを見
save
てみ
and
たか
just
ったん
end
だ。
for the day, please?
お姉さん、もしかして今からこの釜で何かするんですか。うん、錬金術の調合をするんだよ。
If they force me to synthesize,
お手伝いさ
I'm
せて
going
く
to
だ
take
さ
a
い。
break and then.
俺っち
Or
も
actually, I'm just going to end the stream
力仕
and
事
do
なら
that.
俺っちに任せてよ。僕
I'll
も
just say it.
美味しいもの作る。
They're holding me to ransom.
ありがとうみんな。よーし、頑張って調合するぞ。
You can't save anywhere up in the Atelier.
あ
Synthesis references are invaluable books that will teach you recipes. You can buy them at shops in Hallfine. I mean, this is regular Atelier stuff. We may find them inside treasure chests.
ふんふん、ここがこうなって。
Read Intro to Bombs, Volume 1, learn recipes for a bomb and ice bomb. Okay. So.
Alright, thank you for joining me, everyone. Thank you, Tooney, for bumping in. I hope you're having a good sleep right now. I'll be back with this probably tomorrow, but sometime soon. I look forward to seeing you then. Till then.